So today I'm going to show you how using just two tools and $1,000 we can grow our deposit. I've gotten curious a few times myself, so watch this video carefully all the way to the end. Let's get started. Alright, take a look. The first tool is the RSI. I'll share the settings for it on my main channel. The link is in the description. And the second tool we'll be using is a trading robot. Alright, let me show you clearly what the point is and how to trade using these two indicators. So let's take a look at what this strategy is all about. First, here's what we do. We get a signal from the trading robot for 1 minute. As you can see, the robot gave us a buy signal. We open a buy trade, and now I'll explain to you what the essence of this strategy is. Look, we get two signals, meaning one is from the trading robot. As you can see, it gave a buy signal, that's the first signal, and this signal is confirmed by the RSI. The RSI is now near the oversold zone, which means the market is oversold and the price should go up. So that's our second signal, to open a trade for an increase. The trade closed in profit. So look, we got a buy signal from the bot, set up the entry using the RSI, opened the trade, and got our profit. It's all very simple. Absolutely anyone can do it. Even a trader with no experience or knowledge at all can repeat this, and so on and so forth. Let's continue and look at more situations and more trades, just like before. The second trade is from the first signal from the morning robot. From the robot and the prices opening a trade for a decrease. Now you're probably looking and thinking, why a decrease? The indicator shows that the market is currently oversold. Well, let's break down this situation. Take a look. Yes, so the robot is giving us another sell signal, but the RSI is currently showing that the market is oversold. Why did the robot give us a signal to open a trade for a decrease? Well, it's actually very simple. Look, the market is currently in a downtrend, and the robot saw that the strength of the downward movement hasn't ended yet, and it can continue. The RSI said that the market is oversold right now, but still, it's not actually in the oversold zone, as you can see, but it's very close and could just keep going further. Like I said, the momentum slowed down a bit, plus it just kept going down, and then the robot gave us a good signal. Let's keep going and take the signal from the trading robot. It triggers an open signal for an upward move. All the indicators for an increase are present for this currency pair. And again, the situation is very interesting. As I said, look, this is a chance. A suitable movement is happening, and we get a buy signal from the bot, but as you can see, the RSI is already close to the overbought zone. You might be wondering again, why are we opening a trade for an upward move? This market is overbought, but again, as I said about similar situations, our trading robot simply saw that the strength of this upward trend isn't over yet. And it's quite possible that the price will just keep going, and even enter the overbought zone, even further into the RSI. And the trade closed in profit. Again, you might ask, why do we even need the RSI then? Look, as you might have noticed, when I opened the trade, the price wasn't exactly in the overbought zone. It was close to the overbought zone. It hadn't crossed that blue line yet, so it's not a fact that the market is currently in a stage of strong overbought conditions. There was still enough strength left for the uptrend to continue. That's why we need the RSI, which can spot this kind of movement. It showed us that the market isn't extremely overbought right now. It's near the overbought zone, but not strongly overbought. And this gives us a signal that the market most likely isn't heavily overbought yet, so it's possible to open an upward trade. It's all very simple, so let's do it. Another signal from the trading robot. Let's set it for 1 minute. So it's giving us a signal on the third trade, a trade to go down, an edge trade for a decrease. And in general, let's see, why are we opening a trade to go down here? Well, that's our crossover. Of course, it's coming from the Arsenal robot, but for the second signal, you need to draw it. Look, if you check the hourly RSI, it's in the neutral zone, right? Somewhere around the middle. But that means the market right now isn't in an overbought or oversold zone. In other words, it could move in either direction at any moment. Here, we got a signal that it's going to go down. According to the RSI, we see that it's not in the overbought or oversold zone, so we can safely open a trade to go down. And as I said, the trade closed in profit. Here, we got a signal. The RSI indicated that it's not in the overbought or oversold zone right now. So the market is currently free to move either down or up. We opened a trade and got our profit. It's all very simple. Also, I want to mention that you can activate this expensive robot using the link in the description. The activation instructions will be inside the robot itself when you activate it for the last trade. For today, we take a signal from the robot. We get a signal to buy. And let's also break down why exactly we have a buy signal here. The RSI is currently moving toward the overbought zone. This shows that the market isn't overbought right now, and it's only moving toward the overbought zone because the price is currently not in the overbought area. As you can see, it's close to it. And it's heading right into the overbought zone. And only after that can the price go down, once it spends some time in that overbought zone. So the robot noticed that the price was moving into the overbought zone and gave us a signal to go long. And the trade closed. Plus, you saw how this process works, for example with two different tools, specifically our trading robot, and also when you were using the indicator or the website. With just $1,000, you can make almost $5,000 without any effort at all, without analyzing the market in any way. Nothing like that. On this note, I'll wrap things up. Thank you all for watching. Why is that? You'll find the RSI settings in our Telegram channel, and you'll also find the link to activate the trading robot in the description below the video. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye, everyone.